In the time of social media, we get so hung up on the perfect photo, the perfect moment, the perfectly polished feed. But what if I told you that perfectionism can ruin your creativity, and I've got a story that proves it. But first, let me tell you about the time I've risked it all for one very special photo. The camera that I chose, almost a complete disaster. A couple of months back, I was feeling a bit uninspired with my usual photography. I decided I wanted to restore the perfect film camera to capture a very specific photo. A bucket list shot I've been dreaming about for ages, basically. Now here's the twist. I wanted to shoot it on film in a cave that's like something out of a fairy tale. This adventure didn't go as planned, and it really taught me a lesson about being perfect. The idea was simple. Find an old camera, make it work like new, and create something beautiful. I'll be honest with you, I'm no expert when it comes to film cameras. But after diving into some research, I stumbled upon this gem. A Canonet from 1972. It's compact, almost fully automatic, and it looks beautiful. I'm not sure how rare this is, but it seemed like the perfect fit for my needs and my particular mission. So I met up with a friend and we headed to this warehouse full of used cameras.
Summer, man. This place?
But yeah, it might be jammed.
It's basically a lucky draw there. None of the cameras are tested, but they are really cheap. After testing a couple dozen cameras, I picked up a $20 Pentax that looked really promising. But after a quick check, I realized that the light meter was busted and it wasn't the Canon that I was dreaming of. I made it to another warehouse which is in the middle of the countryside, and apparently they got cameras here. So I took another shot to visit another place, and boom, they got a Canon that looked similar to what I wanted, and it was only $15. Apparently some mechanic was stuck, and I thought maybe I could fix it up myself. Turned out to be a big mistake. I opened it up and realized it was way beyond my skill level, so I kinda ended up making it worse than it was. So the repair process actually ended up making it worse, and I ended up breaking the camera. So I thought I could repair a vintage camera after watching just an hour of YouTube tutorials. I got so stuck on the idea of making it perfect that I didn't even get to the part where I actually got to use the camera. Now at this point I realized it's time to step up my game. Alright, I just made it to that mall and they got a bunch of really cool cameras. They're a little bit more pricey over here, but I'll see what I can find. They have crazy cameras here, wow. So I found a camera that seemed like the perfect match and for a really good price. So I thought this must be the one. Alright, I picked up the QL17 and I think that one really ticks all of the boxes. This thing is like 50 years old, but it looks like it just came off the assembly line. Before I show you the photos that this bad boy produced, let's pause for a quick reality check. Perfectionism has a really ugly little cousin, little creepy dude, and that guy is called procrastination. You see, when I was on a quest to find that perfect camera, actually I did a whole lot of procrastination. I was kind of delaying my trip, thinking, yeah, I need the perfect device, And what if I can't make it awesome from the get-go? Why do I even bother with, the rest? But here's what I've learned. Imperfect action beats no action. By waiting for everything to be perfect, you're essentially taking like 0 steps forward, and you're robbing yourself of the learning experience that comes from making mistakes and iterating. And speaking about creating with authenticity, this segment is brought to you by Motion Array. As creators, we are always looking for ways to enhance your storytelling without getting bogged down. Motion Array understands this, and this platform is a one-stop shop for all of your creative needs, offering an incredible library of high-quality assets from video templates and stock footage to music tracks and sound effects. What I love about Motion Array is that it helps you maintain that organic feel in your projects while giving them a professional polish. So whether you're looking for the perfect track to underscore the emotion in your film or dynamic transitions to add that cinematic flair, Motion Array has got you covered. And the best part, it's incredibly user-friendly, which means less time fuzzing over like technicalities and more time bringing your creative vision to life. Let's talk about the value. With Motion Array, you get a treasure of creative assets for less than $30 a month. And if you're all about smart savings, their annual plan is the cheapest. If you use my link below, it shaves off additional $50, making it a steal for freelancers and creators alike. So you end up paying only like $17 a month. If you want to add that extra dimension to your work without compromising the authenticity of your craft, definitely check out Motion Array. So dive in and discover how Motion Array can help you to create with confidence. I was about to shoot my first roll of film ever, and I was super excited. We finally made it to the trip, and the hike was absolutely no joke, but we managed to time it quite nicely. Wow, this track is really brutal. We almost made it to the cave though, so let's see what's up. Absolutely outstanding, beautiful place. Wow. So we're gonna wait until the sun moves from here to the temple and then hopefully get the shot that we wanted. The light hitting the temple was just so real, and I shot like 2 rolls of film on the Canonet and even decided to test out that $20 camera with a broken light meter. The experience was absolutely amazing. Got a ton of photos. Hopefully they turned out to be good. Let's see how it goes. So I found a local film lab and I went to get the films developed. Now it turns out that the rolls from the Canonet were somehow completely overexposed. So I must have messed up the settings or something. But you won't believe this. The $20 camera, the one with the broken light meter, saved the day and delivered a couple of shots that I wanted. So I got this bucket list photo in the perfect location with the perfect light conditions and everything, but somehow it was kind of far from perfect because I used my least favorite camera. But the more I looked at those photos, the more I realized one thing. So what's the takeaway here? It's simple. You gotta stop chasing perfection and start being authentic. And besides, vintage photos, they tend to be out of focus, they tend to have those light leaks, they tend to have film grain and all of these things, and they are essentially about being not perfect and not polished. and authentic. So whether it's a 50-year-old camera that looks like brand new or a $20 one with a broken light meter, it really doesn't matter at all. And I learned this the hard way, and hopefully my journey can save you some of the hassle. Remember, imperfection is authentic. That's what people connect with in a world full of curated feeds and super unrealistic standards. So go ahead, embrace that, embrace your flaws, take action, even if it's not perfect, and just be yourself. That's more than good enough, trust me. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out this playlist right here for more stuff like this. And with that said, I hope you take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.